All right, what up? I'm back. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna recap Saturday's plays and go over my picks for Sunday. All right, you know the deal. Here's my codes. Use the links in the description because I had somebody use this Drew Explorers on DraftKings and I don't know, something happened. But yeah, use the links in the description. Onyx, get that one. Bet 10, get 50. Try the Kalshi one. Use that RIPS code, get a free pack. These are all pretty good codes. I probably should get some more sports books soon. Maybe you guys, if there's anyone you want to see on there, I can do that. Just comment on there and let me know if there's any sports books I should be using. All right, Saturday we went 4 for 5 on our slips. We did pretty good. We thought Asia Wilson was going to hit 22 points. I think she got 16. So I don't know. I could tell early on when she only had 2 points in the first quarter that she wasn't going to hit this. But Olivia Miles hit that number. She did really well. She also hit 2 threes. One of those threes was like from half court. So that was pretty cool. So that was a pretty big payout. I hope you guys trailed this one. 25 to win 57. And then we had 3 more winning slips. We had Jackie Young to get 18 points and 2 threes. She cashed that one. I should have put more on that. Then we had Kayla McBride to get 15 plus points and 3 threes. She cashed that. Should have put more on that, but that's all right. McBride actually barely got 15 points. She shot a 3 and it was a foul. So she landed on the player's foot. It was a flagrant foul. And she hit all 3 threes, cashed us out. That was dope. And then we put 20 on the game to go over 138 or 183.5. That paid almost double and that cashed out. Closer to the game, I saw they dropped the line. So I put another 25 on it to go over 181. And it hit that as well. So that slip was pretty good. When I did talk on the last video, I said this was kind of my lock. I knew it was going to go over this amount. I also had a lock on these points, but it just didn't hit. It was Asia Wilson's 30th birthday, so I thought for sure she'd hit it, but nope. Now, on this one, it barely hit. They barely got 184 points, and that was because I think they scored a layup right at the end or something like that, but yeah, they barely got 184. All right, let's go into what I got for Sunday. We have 4 matchups on the slate. Aces versus Liberty at 9:30 a.m. This is all Mountain Standard Time, like Arizona time. Mercury and Mystics at 12. Wings and Lynx at 12:30. Valkyries and Sparks at 4. Now, just know, Lynx and the Aces are coming off a back-to-back. And Aces traveled. They traveled home, but they traveled from Minnesota back home. I don't know where Lynx went or where they're coming from, but probably should have looked at that. So these are our 4 games. We have bets on all 4 games. Let's go. So the 3-pointer slip, I got. This one's been hard. My 3-pointer slips were like my slips, the ones that were hitting like crazy, but it's been a little difficult lately because everybody I bet on have been hitting like crazy, so their lines have all been brought up. Yeah, so what we did here is we got Sabrina for 2 threes, Olivia Miles for 1 3, and Paige Beckers for 1 3. I think this looks good. I think this is going to hit. I feel like it's a lock, but I'm always worried about combining 3 players. So let me show you why I like this. So, first one is Sabrina for 2 threes. So, for 2 threes, we brought her line down. I like her for 2 threes because she didn't hit but 1 last game. Last time she only got 1, the next game she came out and got 4. So, you know, right here she only shot 4, and the next game she came out and shot 10. And then she shot 6, but then right here she only shot 6. She's going to come out and shoot 10. She's going to be firing off. So I expect her to get 2. I like this as well because I said the Aces are coming off a back-to-back. If you look right here, they have like 3 of the Aces players are showed as questionable. I have no idea. I tried to look it up and see what's going on. But look, Asia Wilson, questionable. Young, questionable. Gray, questionable. So I don't know what that's about, but I think Sabrina's going to come out and hit 2 threes for sure. It's not only just because I have a gut feeling, head to head. She hit this 2 of their last 3 meetups. She didn't hit it recently in July, but again, when she didn't hit that, she came out and scored 4. The opposing defense isn't great from beyond the arc, right? And she shoots 46% of her shots from out here. So I'm thinking she just had a bad game because, again, head to head, she has hit this line 2 times, 2 out of 3 times. And on the season, she's at 2.43 points made on average. Other players in her similar situation hit, so we're going with that. Next one we have is Olivia Miles to make 1 3. She's tough because, you just never know with her, but this is what I'm thinking, right? Head to head, she's hit this 2 out of 3 times. She just made 3 threes 3 times in a row. She's been firing 7, 6, 6. And then here she only shot 2, so I think she's going to shoot more. But what I'm thinking is she's coming off a back-to-back. She's going to be a little tired. They still want to win this game, so she's still going to be in. They want, like, number 1 position. But I can see her coming out just shooting a couple threes because she's tired and doesn't want to drive it. So watch for her to shoot a couple threes. I think she makes 1. Again, head to head, she's hit this 2 out of 3 times. Opposing defense is good from beyond the arc, but I think she'll hit 1. She's just got to hit 1. Hopefully she doesn't screw our slip up, to be honest. Players in her similar situations hit 13% of the time, so I'll give you a player you could sub if you don't like Miles. And then Paige, we got Paige for 1 3 as well. She hits this pretty consistently, as you can see. The opposing defense is 12th in the league out here, and she shoots 30% from here. Head to head, she hit this line all 3 times. So I like this. I like this play. So that's why I'm doing that. Now, originally, I had to cancel a slip because I put in Paige for 1, Miles for 1, and Citron for 1. Then I don't know. Citron just worries me. She doesn't hit a bunch, but she looks like she's gonna this game. So I put Sabrina instead of Citron. You could put Citron instead of Miles, and I don't know. That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna stick with this, but let me show you Citron. So Sonia Citron for threes. She only hits on average 1.1 threes per game. So we dropped her to 1. And this is why I didn't like this. I don't know. She just misses them so consistently. But she does fire, right? Like right here, she shot 3, made 2, shot 6, shot 5. So I don't know. She's hit or miss. But Mercury is one of the worst in the league. They are the worst in the league guarding from beyond the paint. I don't know if there's any updates here since Kelsey Plum's been back. So that's why I kind of just wanted to stay away. So yeah. You could always sub her in for Miles or any of the other players, or add her if you want. That's the 3-point slip we got. Rebound assist slip. I like this slip. This is a mini lock. A mini lock. I do like this slip a lot, though. We got Citron for 3 assists and Atkins for 3 assists. Let's talk about Citron first since we're here. Mercury are one of the worst players, or worst teams in the league for assists. She's been getting 4.2 on average per game. We dropped her down to 3. Last 10 games, she hit this 90% of the time. Last 20 games, 85%. On the season, 75%. Opposing defense, they're really bad at assists, at protecting. They're just not a great team, but with Plum, things have changed a little bit. But I still see her coming out here and passing the ball to Shakira Austin a lot. So we're taking her for 3 assists. Then we got Atkins right here. Ariel Atkins. We bet on her to get 2 assists once, and she hit that line. I wanted to take her for 2. I was gonna put her for 2 and Citron for 2 and Bonner for 5 rebounds, but the more players you add to these legs, the worse the odds are. So I would almost rather bet on 2 players to get a higher line than 3 players to get a lower line. And sometimes instead of 2 players at a lower line, I would take 1 player at a higher line, at their line. Anyway, I like her at 3 assists. This is what her line is set at. Last game she got 6. A couple games before she got 6. She got 6 against the Lynx, so that's pretty good. She got 6 against the Lynx twice. So she looks really good at 3 assists. Head to head, she didn't hit this last time, but she only played 21 minutes. So if you look at our last 10 games, she's been playing 29, 21, and she still hit it here. 31, 34. She's playing a lot more minutes. And head to head, they lost by 20. So they pulled her out early. So I'm hoping that she can come out and get 3 assists. And yeah, the defense isn't great with assists either. So she does 17% of her assists right here. The defense, not great. So we're taking Citron and Atkins both for 3 assists. This is my mini lock. Now, the play I really like. This play I really like. This is my point slip. We're taking Shakira Austin for 15 plus points and Kelsey Plum for 16 plus points. I think Kelsey's line set low because she's new on the Mercury, but she's been hitting this consistently. And then Austin, I've been betting on her and she hits her line every time. I just really like Austin as a player. I think this is going to be one of the closer games that we watch tomorrow, but we'll see. They're predicting it to be like low scoring, but I dropped their line, so check it out. Shakira Austin for 15 points. She's been hitting this pretty consistently. So last 10 games, she's got this 100%. 100%. Last 20 games, 55%. I don't know. She was on a terrible streak here. A terrible streak. But I like watching her play. I think she's dominating. I think she knows that. And it's shown in the last 10 games. Last 10 games, I mean, think about it. Since July, early July, for a month now, she's just been dominating. So we're betting on her to dominate again. And then to Plum, Copper's points have dropped since Plum came in. I think Plum started this game. So ever since then, Copper's been losing points. And I think it's because Plum's got the ball more. So I'd stay away from Copper right now until you see these things even out. We're taking Plum for 16 points. And before she joined the Mercury, she hit this very consistently. I mean, she played against the Mercury and scored 43. So, and then her 3 games with the Mercury, she has hit this line. So I expect her to hit it again. They traded a lot for her. They're going to use her. And they're expecting her to help them make a playoff run. So we got Austin for 15 and Plum for 16. I might put another 25 on Shakira Austin for 17 and Plum for 18. It pays a little more, and I think they're going to hit that line. So if you look at Plum for 18, she's hit that every 3 games she's been with the Mercury, and she hits that consistently. It's way below her average. And if you look at Austin, taking Austin for 17 instead of 15, again, in her last 10 games, she's hitting this 90%. So I might put 25 more on this at a little bit higher rate, or I might just put 25 more just how it is. I also thought about putting 25 more at Austin for 13 and Plum at 14 and paired with Bonner for 5 rebounds. But anyway, this is my lock. Shakira Austin for 15 points, Plum for 16 points. I do not have a single player slip. If you were to look at anybody, I'd look at De'Erica Hamby, I think her name is. Hamby. Yeah, De'Erica Hamby. She's been doing really well lately. If you look at her points, she's kind of been killing it. And then her assists. Last game she didn't do well, but her line's only set at 2.5. So, you know, she might do well here. The opposing defense is pretty bad down inside the arc. She's 38% of her assists come there. So I take a look at her on assists or points and then rebounds as well. She went 9, 14, 10. How I kind of run the points, rebounds, and assists, I'm like, where would I like her on points? I say, oh, I'm kind of comfortable at 12 points. Like, I would love to take her at 12 points. I think she's going to hit that. That's not a bad bet, to be honest. Look, she shoots 12% from here, 81 from here. I don't know. Maybe that's not a great, whatever. Drop her to 12 points. Assists, I would drop her down to 2. So that's 14. And then rebounds, we drop her down to 6. That's 20. So points, rebounds, and assists. If you can get her comfortably at 20, I'd go for it. You know, even 21. I think she's going to have a good game. If you want to look at anybody for a single player prop, it would be her. All right, let's do a recap here. My 3-point slip, Ionescu, 2-point plus 3s, Miles, 1+3, Buckers, 1+3. The point slip, my lock, Austin for 15 plus points, and Plum for 16 points. My mini lock, my assist play, Citron for 3+ assists, and Atkins for 3+ assists. All right, go for it. Use my codes. I would go get the Onyx app or get the Kalshi app or the Fanatics app, and yeah, put your money on this play right here. All right, cool. That's all I got for you. I'll be back tomorrow with a recap of Sunday, or sorry, yeah, recap of Sunday and my plays for Monday. All right.